For the past few years, AI has felt like magic, right? But now, things are changing. AI is getting a massive promotion. It's moving out of the lab and into the real world, which means we absolutely have to talk about its single biggest challenge, hallucination. So, how do we build an AI that we can actually truly trust? Let's dive in.
And this quote, it just says it all. We are so past the point of being impressed by flashy demos. In 2026, if an AI system isn't dependable, it's not just a flawed tool, it's a massive risk. The stakes have gotten incredibly high for everyone.
So what's really changed here? Well, you could say AI's job description just got a major update. It's no longer just some clever assistant, sitting on the sidelines. Nope. It's now an active player right on the field, which creates a whole new level of responsibility.
And this really shows you that shift in black and white. Just a couple of years ago, we were deep in the magic phase. AI was fun, it was experimental, but today we are firmly in the reliability phase. AI is an active participant, it's booking our travel, it's triggering payments, it's making real-deal operational decisions.
And that brings us right to the core problem. When an AI that can actually do stuff makes a mistake, it's no longer a funny screenshot you share online. Oh no, it's an expensive and potentially really damaging liability.
So let's get super clear about what we mean by hallucination. It's not just that the AI is wrong. The real danger, the scary part, is that it sounds so right. It'll present completely false information with the same confident, authoritative tone it uses for proven facts, which makes it incredibly difficult to spot the error.
And when these confident-sounding errors start happening in systems that are running at a massive scale, the consequences just multiply instantly. We're talking about real financial losses from bad decisions, serious trouble with regulators, and the kind of brand damage that can take years and years to repair.
For these agentic AIs, the ones that can actually do things, a hallucination is so much more than a simple bug. It's a fundamental breach of trust. It's like a broken contract with the user who is depending on that system to act correctly.
So, how in the world do we fix this? We can't just cross our fingers and hope for the best. The solution is to build a safety net directly into the AI systems themselves. It's a multi-layered defense designed from the ground up specifically to protect against these hallucinations.
Now, this safety net has 3 core layers. I like to think of it like this. First, we give the AI an open book exam. Then, we hire it an editor. And finally, we make it tell us exactly how confident it is in its own answer. Let's break those down.
The first layer has a fancy name, Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG for short. Look, the fastest way to stop an AI from making things up is to not let it guess. RAG forces the model to find answers only in a pre-approved set of documents, like your company's own knowledge base. It's not allowed to guess based on its vast, messy training data. It's not about being smarter, it's about being anchored in truth.
All right, on to the second layer. It's based on a really simple principle we apply everywhere else in business and product development. Nothing critical ever gets released without a second pair of eyes on it.
And your AI shouldn't be an exception to that rule. This is the critic model in action. A lot of modern systems use a team approach. One AI, the doer, generates the response. But before you ever see it, a second AI, the critic, reviews it, actively looking for unsupported claims or risky assumptions. It's basically an automated internal fact check happening in milliseconds.
The final layer of defense is all about measuring uncertainty. Think about it. If you ask a person the same complex question 3 times and get 3 wildly different answers, you know they're just guessing. We do the same with AI. The system runs a prompt multiple times behind the scenes, and if the meaning of the outputs varies too much, it knows it's on shaky ground and it returns a low confidence score, raising a little red flag for us.
So with all of these automated checks in place, what's the role for us humans? Well, it's changing dramatically. We're moving away from being a constant bottleneck and becoming more of a strategic overseer. Back in 2023, human in the loop meant painstakingly reading chat logs, checking every single output. It was slow and just impossible to scale. Today, we have human on the loop. The human is no longer the micromanager. They are the system monitor, kind of like the pilot watching the instruments, ready to act as the emergency brake if things go wrong. This means your job is no longer to be stuck in the weeds. It's to watch the safety dashboard for system-wide patterns, things like confidence anomalies, frequent escalations, or model drift. This way, you're preserving the AI's incredible speed while keeping human judgment right where it matters most. So what does this all add up to for the future of AI? It means the very definition of a good AI is changing.
The entire competitive landscape has fundamentally shifted.
And this is the core idea. The race for the biggest, most knowledgeable model, that race is over. The new race, the one that really counts, is for the most trustworthy and reliable one. That is the only competitive advantage that's actually going to last.
Now, let's be really clear. This is not about completely eliminating hallucinations. AI is probabilistic, so that's just not possible. The goal is responsibility. It's about using these safety net systems to reduce the risk of error to a level that is measurably safer than a human performing the same task. Ultimately, this all comes down to one simple thing. In business, in technology, in life, trust is the ultimate currency. And when we deploy these incredibly powerful systems, we cannot afford to have a single hallucination be the reason we lose it all.
So I'll just leave you with this final thought to chew on. As these systems become incredibly reliable, our natural tendency is going to be to trust them completely. But what about that 1%? Managing that gap between near-perfect reliability and our own complete trust, well, that's the next great challenge we're all going to have to face.